Iga Świątek is a Polish professional tennis player. Currently ranked No. 4 in women's singles by the WTA, she previously held the world No. 1 ranking for a total of 125 weeks. Świątek has won 23 WTA Tour-level singles titles, including 6 major titles. For the French Open, 1 at Wimbledon, and 1 at the US Open. Świątek is the only active female tennis player, and 8th woman ever, to have won Grand Slam titles on all 3 surfaces. She has also won the 2023 WTA Finals and 10 WTA 1000 titles. Świątek is the first Pole to win a major singles title. As a junior, Świątek was the 2018 French Open Girls Doubles Champion alongside Katie McNally and the 2018 Wimbledon Girls Singles Champion. She began playing regularly on the WTA Tour in 2019 and entered the top 50 at 18 years old after her first tour final and a 4th-round appearance at the 2019 French Open. In 2020, Świątek won her first major at the French Open in dominant fashion, losing no more than 5 games in any singles match. She entered the top 10 of the WTA rankings for the first time in May 2021. In early 2022, Świątek surged into dominant form with a 37-match winning streak, the longest on the WTA Tour in the 21st century, becoming world No. 1 in the process. With major titles at the French and US Opens, she finished 2022 as the world's best player. She repeated the year-end No. 1 feat in 2023 by defending her French Open title and claiming the WTA Finals, and won the French Open for a 3rd straight edition in 2024. She has claimed the French Open title at 4 of her 7 appearances at the tournament, having never lost a match before the 4th round. She won her first Wimbledon title in 2025, becoming the first player to win every game in a major final since 1988. Świątek has an all-court playing style. She won the WTA Fan Favorite Shot of the Year in 2019 with a drop shot from the baseline, and was voted WTA Fan Favorite Singles Player of the Year in 2020. In 2023, she was named L'Equipe Champion of Champions and Polish Sports Personality of the Year, and included on Time's annual list of the 100 most influential people in the world. In 2025, Świątek made it to the Madame Tussauds Hot 100 list for her philanthropic act and advocacy. In today's video, we will learn about the Iga Świątek lifestyle. Let's get started. On May 31, 2001 in Warsaw, Poland, Iga Natalia Świątek entered the world as the younger of 2 sisters born to Dorota, an orthodontist, and Tomasz Świątek, a former Olympic rower who competed in the men's quadruple sculls at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. Nearly 3 years later, sister Agata arrives. Raised in a sports-crazed household in Raszyn and Warsaw, Iga's path to tennis began when her older sister Agata switched from swimming to tennis due to health reasons. Competitive by nature, Iga dove in at 5 years old, determined to beat her sister, while their father, valuing individual sports for greater control of outcomes, guided both daughters toward athletic excellence. Tomasz, envisioning athletic paths for his daughters, nudges them into competition rather than team sports. Agata starts swimming, then turns to tennis, sparking Iga's competitive spark. I wanted to beat her. At just 6, Iga picks up a racket, training at Mara Warsaw before moving to the prestigious Legia Warsaw club. She grows up in Raszyn, humble surroundings that nurture unbreakable roots. Despite her father's Olympic pedigree, Iga admits a fear of water, choosing tennis instead. Her mother Dorota supports her academically and emotionally, ensuring her daughter stays happy above all. By age 14, Iga is making waves in national circles. Around 17, 2018, she hit a career milestone, winning the girls' Wimbledon singles title and the French Open girls doubles crown alongside Katie McNally. She's on the cusp of a breakthrough. She turned pro in 2016 at just 15, carving her path gradually on the ITF circuit. Between 2016 and 2018, she clinched 7 ITF titles, a testament to her developing maturity and skill. April 6, 2019, Iga enters the WTA Top 50 after reaching her first tour-level final at Lugano and reaching round 4 at Roland Garros. Her first WTA title arrives in 2020, at the French Open. At 19, she became the youngest women's singles champion at Roland Garros since Monica Seles in 1992. She dominates the tournament, never conceding more than 5 games in any match. After a 2021 surge winning titles at Adelaide and Rome, Świątek skyrockets into the WTA's top 10. She also reached the doubles final at the 2021 French Open with Bethany Mattek-Sands. 2022 will be IGA's banner year. She tears through the clay swing with victories at Indian Wells, Miami, Madrid, Rome, and completes the Grand Slam sweep by defending her French Open crown. A staggering 37-match winning streak cements her as the WTA's most dominant force, the longest streak on tour in the 21st century. April 2022, World No. 1. She'll hold it for 125 weeks overall. Never far from her Polish roots, Iga remains in Raszyn, not relocating to Western Europe or the US. She embodies humility, reading books, building Lego, and cooking simple Polish dishes. She's also a passionate mental health advocate, traveling with her sports psychologist and frequently speaking on the importance of mindset. With her meteoric rise, Iga starts attracting big endorsement deals. She's the first female athlete signed by Swiss brand On, joined ASICS, Rolex, Technofiber, PZU, Red Bull, Xiaomi, Porsche, Visa, and Lancome. Her net worth by 2025 is around $53 million, with $36 million in career prize money and $20 million off the court. She earns roughly $5 million annually, prize money plus off-court deals, with major partners like ASICS, On, Rolex, Porsche, Lancome, Visa, and Infosys. Iga Świątek, top professional tennis player, has a notable car collection featuring 2 Porsche models, a Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo priced at $130,600 and a Porsche Panamera 4S price in USA $156,195. She's also a Porsche friend Poland, and has a strong association with the brand due to her wins at the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix. After conquering the courts, Iga turns her gaze to home. She keeps her base in Raszyn, a village just 12 kilometers from Warsaw, choosing familiarity over flashy residences in Monaco or Dubai. That's her family home, still the same one she grew up in, where she returns whenever tournament schedules allow. It's more than a residence. It's where she finds peace. Away from press flashes and public scrutiny, Iga reads, builds Lego sets, and cooks, yes, even her famous pasta with strawberries and yogurt, a nostalgic Polish dish beloved in childhood. Off-court, Iga indulges her love for cars, especially high-performance ones. A Porsche ambassador since mid-2023, she's often seen driving on circuits like Silesia Ring, relishing precision and speed. Porsche gifted her at least 2 cars after consecutive Stuttgart wins. In interviews, she jokes she's a good driver, attributing her road skill to the reflexes honed on the tennis court. At 24, Iga remains intriguingly private about romance. No husband, no children, and no public boyfriend, despite occasional speculation. Her focus? Tennis, teammates, and mental well-being. She travels with Polish staples, coach Wim Facet, fitness guru Maciej Rysuk, and sports psychologist Daria Abramovich, a tight unit balancing physical prep and emotional strength. In late 2024, Iga faced a 1-month doping suspension due to contaminated medication, trimetazidine. She accepted responsibility, advocated for athlete education, and by early 2025 had already begun her comeback, remaining focused, disciplined, and mentally fit. Mental health isn't a side note for Iga, it's central. She travels with her psychologist, speaks openly about mindset, and even auctions rackets for mental health charities. She has a quirky ritual, occasionally borrowing Wimbledon towels to give to friends. As she joked, she might need a special room for them one day. A staunch patriot, she draped herself in Ukrainian colors on court in solidarity with Ukraine during Poland's humanitarian efforts. She also turned down deals misaligned with her values, even when multinational brands came calling. Since 2021, she's engaged in multiple charitable initiatives, donating $50,000 on World Mental Health Day, auctioning rackets to fund children's hospital equipment, and hosting a 2022 benefit in Krakow raising €500,000 for Ukrainian youth. July 12, 2025. Center Court, Wimbledon. The final set begins, and ends almost before it begins. Iga Świątek delivers the most stunning result in Open-era history, a 6-0, 6-0 thrashing of Amanda Anisimova, all in just 57 minutes, to claim her first Wimbledon title and 6th Grand Slam. She became only the second woman in the Open era to win a major final with a double bagel, Steffi Graf being the other at Roland Garros in 1988. The first set 6-0 final at Wimbledon dated back to 1983. No one had ever done it in a Wimbledon final since 1911. Princess Kate presented the trophies, gently consoling Anisimova with, "You should be so proud," a moment replayed across the world. Świątek, "Honestly, I didn't even dream about this. It's surreal." With Grand Slam titles on clay, hard, and now grass, she joins an elite group, Serena Williams, Steffi Graf, at age 24. She remains delightfully grounded. A Wimbledon tradition, her favorite childhood pasta with strawberries and yogurt re-emerges during tournament breaks, even in July's summer heat. Nutrition experts call it the perfect post-workout meal. Carbs, vitamins, protein. She travels with her core team, coach Wimbledon, fitness guru Maciej Rysuk, sports psychologist Daria Abramovich, always emphasizing mental health as the foundation. A day in the life, monitoring performance, playing video games, reading George Orwell and Agatha Christie, building Lego, small joys that keep her calm. She remains based in Raszyn, enjoying long summer dinners with her family, away from the glitz, no penthouse in Monte Carlo, just home above a quiet Warsaw suburb. On-screen graphic, 2025 results scroll. In the 2025 season before Wimbledon, Świątek. Runner-up at United Cup. Australian Open semis. Wins in Qatar and Indian Wells. Title in Madrid and Rome. Final at Bad Homburg, grass. Then Wimbledon triumph. Moving forward, IGA is ready to chase the only missing leg, the Australian Open, for a career slam. Adidas-aided off-court projects include launching a mental health initiative and exploring property investments, yet staying grounded in Poland. It's not just athletic greatness. Świątek is crafting a legacy. Humility, values, mental strength, and Polish pride, all wrapped in champion steel. Early 2025, IGA sets her sights on the career Grand Slam by winning the Australian Open. She reaches the semi-finals after dominant wins over Raducanu, Navarro, and Keys, before falling in a heartbreaker 7-5, 1-6, 6-7 to Madison Keys, her first three-set loss since 2023. It's a valiant effort. She still comes away with confidence, ranking world No. 4 as of June 30, 2025. IGA's resume now includes a trio of gifted Porsches, after Stuttgart victories and her 2023 ambassador deal. Though she jokes she can't drive them yet, she loves hitting the track with Porsche on the Silesia Ring. Her residence? Still her cozy family home in Raszyn, no Monaco base. It's modest, warm, and deeply rooted in Polish life. At 24, IGA remains single, no husband, kids, or public romance. Despite speculation, there's been no confirmation. She's focused on tennis and mental wellness. Still private about inheritance streams, IGA donates regularly, from mental health rackets to Ukraine relief. She gave $70,000 to UNICEF Poland in 2023, and continues fundraising through exhibitions and auctions. Future goals? The Australian Open to complete the career slam, potential property investments in Poland, and perhaps launching a mental health foundation. Team Świątek doesn't do ordinary things. Ahead of tournaments like Montreal in 2023, Maciej Rysuk, her fitness coach, introduced the mouth tape breathing drill. IGA taped her mouth, forcing nasal breathing, raising heart rate and stamina while preserving oxygen efficiency. It wasn't just physical. Macrometrics like brainwaves and heart rate are tracked during rest and matches. If levels spike, psychologist Daria Abramovich uses flashcards and cognitive puzzles mid-tournament to recalibrate focus. Mental health isn't sidelined, it's central. IGA openly credits Daria, saying IGA's confidence level got higher after adding structured mental work to her regimen in 2020. She builds Lego, reads Orwell, Christy Perry, using analog hobbies like these to decompress, advice coined Lego therapy in Time magazine. IGA's team evolved. Early coach Piotr Sierzputowski gave her space to grow, leading to early success and WTA Coach of the Year in 2020. In 2024, she transitioned to Naomi Osaka's ex-coach Wimbledon. Under scrutiny, she defended the change. Results aren't everything. We work constantly. Raszyn remains home. Even at No. 1, she didn't skip dinners with family or quiet evenings reading Edgar Allan Poe or building intricate Lego sets. She's an extreme introvert, preferring calm over chaos, and drew comfort explaining in the Players' Tribune how mental tools rebuild calm when courts go cold. Her patriotism isn't performative. Iga skipped Western tax havens, choosing Raszyn. She chose Polish brand Ashi over global offers, stating loyalty matches success. And in 2022 she wore Ukrainian ribbons, hosted a charity in Krakow raising over €500,000, and repeatedly called for support to Ukraine. Even amid controversies, such as her trimetazidine suspension, her transparency and education efforts reinforced public trust. Iga's love affair with Porsche goes beyond the court. As a friend of the brand in Poland, she visited the famed Porsche Museum and cruised home in a fully electric Taycan 4S Sport Turismo after her 2024 Stuttgart title, each win earning her another ride from Porsche's garage. In 2025, she still drives her Porsche on a daily basis, stoked by the parallels of power and precision between her drive on court and behind the wheel. In late 2023, Porsche Poland tapped Iga for its Dream in Full Color campaign, photographing her with a Taycan. She said she has so much fun driving this car, and loves that Porsche aligns with her personal values of athletic emotions, striving for perfection. It gets unusual off-court. She tapes her mouth shut in training, forcing nasal-only breathing to boost stamina, elevate heart rate reactions, and sharpen oxygen efficiency. This creative endurance drill was pioneered before Montreal 2023, guided by coach Maciej Ryssuk and backed by biofeedback and cognitive puzzles mid-match to manage stress dips. Iga's racket auctions speak volumes. One sold for over 131,000 Polish zloty to fund pediatric ENT equipment. Another fetched 300,300 Polish zloty for sepsis medication. She's also supported her own elementary school, UNICEF Poland, Ukraine Relief, and the Noble Gift Project during Christmas. In 2022, she hosted Iga and Friends for Ukraine in Krakow's Tauron Arena. Over 15,000 fans raised €500,000 for Ukrainian youth. It's consistent with a career shaped by care. Through physical rigor, cutting-edge endurance, charitable warmth, and loyalty to her roots, Iga builds longevity, one breath, one drive, one deed at a time. After the grueling French Open 2024 final, Iga reflected on her inner fire. "I'm a perfectionist. There is always pressure behind me. But I managed it really well at this tournament." That win was not just another title, it was an emotional triumph over self-imposed expectations. In her breakthrough AO semi-final against Kaia Kanepi, she let it all out. Sometimes it is good to let go. Scream, cry. You have to understand what is needed at the moment. Iga believes emotion is not weakness, it's authenticity. In a candid moment, she said, "I allow myself to have weaknesses. I am only human." It's a message of self-acceptance. Declaring weakness isn't a flaw, it's part of growth. "I sleep the worst after big victories. After the US Open, my whole body ached. I cried and had a hard time falling asleep." The cost of success can be messy, and she owns that honesty. "It was a really peaceful time for me. Young people, we're not used to being in a spotlight all the time." She craves quiet and balance. Public success doesn't mean relinquishing privacy. It was pretty amazing. Rafael Nadal can text somebody like me. It shows that he's down to earth. It reinforced her belief. Humility is for everyone, even legends. Fresh from the 2025 Wimbledon final, she sent a message to skeptics. "Seeing Rafa crying also makes you more emotional. It's nice that he shows emotions. He shows us he's human." After her fourth French Open title in 2024, Iga opened up about the internal battle she faced. "I'm a perfectionist, so there's always pressure on me. I'm fine handling my own pressure. When outside pressure hits me, it is a little bit worse. But I managed it really well at this tournament. It was an emotional win because I felt a lot of stress yesterday and today in the morning." That quote captures the duality she lives with, driven to excellence, yet vulnerable to pressure. In the 2025 Australian Open semis, after a tough victory over Kaia Kanepi, Iga showed raw emotion. "Sometimes it is good to let go. Scream, cry. You have to understand what is needed at the moment." It's a powerful admission. Emotion can fuel performance, not distract from it. She said, "When I do anything, I want to do it 100%. I think when you're a perfectionist, you are a perfectionist everywhere. But this is a tricky thing because it helps you to be better, but sometimes it can be a huge baggage as well. It's brilliant honesty. Ambition and pressure walk hand in hand. I sleep the worst after big victories. After the US Open, my whole body ached. I cried and had a hard time falling asleep. Reflecting on fame, she shared. It was a really peaceful time for me. We're not used to being in a spotlight all the time. When Rafael Nadal, her idol, sent a text after a win, she was struck by his modesty. It was pretty amazing. Rafael Nadal can text somebody like me. It shows that he's down to earth. From Warsaw's quiet streets to center court glory, Iga Świątek's story is extraordinary, yet remarkably human. She wins with grace, gives with purpose, and stays grounded by her values. Whether she conquers Melbourne next or leads a new movement in mental health, one thing's clear: her legacy isn't just measured in trophies, but in hearts she's inspired along the way.